Hi, everyone. Again, it's Mr. Abaddon from Stephen Lewis Secondary School and the Peel District School Board, continuing to help MCR3U0 students with some support with regards to the summative. Going to look at part 2, POLYGRAPH. Now, POLYGRAPH is a game on Desmos that deals with characteristics of functions. It is a 20 questions style game. So if you know the game 20 questions, which basically someone thinks of something and then people ask questions to guess what that unknown thing is. Well, Polygraph plays on that, except for it uses all graphs. So for our summative, what's going to happen is there will be 8 graphs, 4 supplied by your teacher, 4 supplied by the student, and then the student will provide scripts that would be possible ways that a game could be played out with these graphs. Okay, so here you want to be able to demonstrate an understanding of effective questioning by the guesser and accurate yes/no responses by the picker. Demonstrate an understanding of characteristics of functions. Your scripts need to result in the guesser correctly guessing the right graph. You need to use at least 3 questions and answers in each script and use different target graphs in each script. So I think since your summative material deals with quadratics, exponentials, sinusoidals, I think what I would like to do is give an example here using lines. Okay, so let's begin. Let's suppose the script could go like this. There is someone that will be trying to guess. So let's say the guesser asks this question. Let's say these are the 8 graphs, and the guesser asks, does your graph have a positive slope? So this is definitely a characteristic of lines. Then the person who picked the graph, and we'll call that person the picker, let's say they say yes. Okay. So at this point in time, the guesser eliminates. So since the graph that is the target graph has a positive slope, we need to eliminate any graph here that does not have a positive slope. Let's take a look. Graph 1 has an undefined slope. We need to eliminate that. Graph 2 has a negative slope. Eliminated. Graph 3, negative, eliminated. Graph 4, negative, eliminated. We need to keep graph 5, graph 6. We need to keep graph 7. We need to keep graph, we're going to eliminate graph 8 because that's a negative slope. So here, go back in, continue working on our script. Guesser eliminates one, 2, 3, 4, and 8. So we've shown an understanding of a characteristic of lines. I think now what we can do is say the following. Let's say the guesser asks the following question. Does your graph have a y-intercept of 0? Picker. Answers? No. So we're going to take a look, and it might be difficult for you to see. Maybe I'll try to zoom in here for you. Oops. Try to zoom in. See if this works for you. But it looks like graph 7 has a y-intercept of 0. Graph 6 does not. And graph 5 also does not. So I think since graph 7 has the y-intercept of 0, what we need to do here is say guesser eliminates seven. So we're down to 2 graphs. I'm going to put the zoom back up here. We'll do a last question. And maybe we'll have to get very specific here. So I'm going to actually try to zoom in. I'm noticing here that for graph 5, it looks like it has a slope of, I wonder if I can actually determine it accurately here, but I don't think I can. And this one, I can't actually determine the slope either. And it looks like we both have the same y-intercept. So I'm noticing something here. It's a very specific point. I'm noticing something here with a very specific point. So maybe instead of a slope, I'm going to ask something that will differentiate these two. So does your graph pass through the point -2, -4? Guesser. Does your graph pass through point -2, -4? Picker. Can say yes. And in that way, guesser can now eliminate 6. And we have correctly determined in 3 questions. Now, you'll want to consider that for quadratics and exponentials and sinusoidals and grade 11 understanding, you might consider that you will not have the same kinds of characteristics. Here I used lines because we're not using that in our summative, but you might want to start considering some ideas that are unique to quadratic functions, unique to exponential functions, unique to sinusoidal functions. And then you definitely want to start to consider ideas like domain and range, which are really central concepts and new concepts to grade 11 students. So you'll want to try to show that understanding through this, okay? So this is an example of one script, and then we're asking you to do 2 scripts, and we're asking to have at least 3 questions and answers in each script. I hope that helps clarify the polygraph characteristics part of the summative. If you have further questions, please ask your teacher. It also helps to actually play the game, and hopefully we can begin to arrange that in January. Thanks for watching this video, and bye for now.